Hello everyone, today we're taking a look at the imaginatively named V1253 virus. However, this virus also has a much easier to remember name, Thanksgiving. It's called this because its activation date is the Friday after Thanksgiving in 1990, which just so happened to be November 22nd. And since Thanksgiving this year in 2018 is on November 22nd, I figured it'd be appropriate to take a look at this virus. As far as viruses go, it's actually incredibly basic. When we run it, we can see it comes from some sample repository somewhere because it tells us infected program. Now this virus only infects .com files and attempts to infect the master boot record of hard disks and floppy disks. However, it doesn't check to see if the disk is write protected before it infects it, causing DOS to report an error message when it tries to infect a write protected floppy disk. Now unfortunately for V1253, that doesn't even work on my machine, as it doesn't attempt to infect the floppy disk drive at all. So all I can really show you is the file infection. So in the spirit of Thanksgiving, let's take a look at graphics.com in all of its 19,742 byte glory. And just like the turkey, we're gonna stuff it full of virus code. And when we look at it again, it has grown in size to 20,995. It is getting juicy. Same thing happens to any other COM file you run. If we look at sys.com, see it's 9,432 bytes, but running it again, or running it for the first time rather, see that it grows in size to 10,685. Now the virus activation routine isn't graphical, musical, funny, or anything at all really. It doesn't say anything when it activates, and the virus actually has an incredibly short shelf life. Anytime an infected program is run or the computer booted on Friday, November 23rd of 1990 or later, the first 17 sectors of the first two heads of the hard disk are overwritten. Now this totally wipes out the partition table and makes your data inaccessible. However, it doesn't say anything when it actually does this. So we can see this if we change the date to 11/22/90, and it's Thanksgiving Day 1990. We're enjoying some turkey. Everything still works. We look up, we gotta unformat something right now, so we run it. Oops, it gets infected, but still runs just fine. Go to sleep, sleeping off that turkey. Wake up in the morning on Friday, you gotta get some stuff done for your boss. You're still off work, but you know, you're gonna catch up over the weekend. You're gonna get ahead for the next week. Here we go, we're gonna run edit, we're gonna get this stuff done, and bam! If you listen closely, you can hear that hard disk. And V1253 is in an infinite loop overwriting those first 17 sectors of the first two heads of the hard disk. Now this can be stopped. Control-Alt-Delete will save your data. Oh wait, no it doesn't. Because once the computer boots up, there is no longer a boot sector on the hard disk. And even if we try to replace the boot sector by booting from an MS-DOS boot disk, we can see that our hard disk is still inaccessible. Trying to access the C drive says invalid drive specification. And even looking at F disk will show us there are no partitions defined on the disk, so your data is pretty much gone. Hopefully you have good backups that aren't also infected with V1253, because anything you attempt to run from those would also immediately activate and trash your hard disk again. So that's about it for V1253. Sorry it's not graphical, amusing, or really funny, but I thought it was amusing that it activated on the same Thanksgiving holiday that happened 28 years ago. So thank you very much for watching. If you celebrated Thanksgiving, I hope you had a good one and had plenty of good food to eat. Hopefully your computer does not get infected with V1253 and winds up dead, because you know, I think that would put a damper on anybody's holiday. Well, anybody's except mine. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Take care.